Hello, hello, friends. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are at. Wow, 2/22/22. I can't. We were having a great conversation on one of our live streams for Retoken, and this is something that we've had on a roadmap for a while. And we were talking about how about what if this International DAO Day 2/22/22, and somebody in our community is like, yeah, we need to reach out to them, and we're like, well, that's something that we have been anticipating for a while now. And this is a screenshot of the, I've got some feedback here, hold on one second. All right, just closing the window down there, and I'm going to restart up my profile. I'm going to actually do in the Token Summit, because that's what we're talking about here. So International DAO Day, and the exciting thing about this is that this is coming up on the tail end of a crypto conference that is actually one of the largest Ethereum running conferences, Ethereum Denver, and there's a good amount of people that are participating that are on this call here tonight in Ethereum Denver. And that's one of the things that we are as well. And then on that, there's the mountain retreat afterwards. And the thing that we were talking about is utilizing the momentum from that to launch a virtual event. And because that's one of the things that's still a very large barrier of entry. And one of the DAOs that I'm sure that there will be some conversation around is Padawan DAO. And I was on a DAO house, I think it was a Discord stage, and they were talking about how that they were allocating 130 grand. I think that they were budgeting around 1,300. And for those that aren't aware, Padawan DAO is an upstart DAO. I don't know how much funding that they've received, but the goal of Padawan DAO is to send people to their very first Ethereum conference. So they're planning on sending 100 people to the Ethereum conference. And I've got the Google Docs over here with our agenda for tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and let Mrs. Yonks walk through this a little bit. Let me promote you here, Mrs. Yonks, to a co-host.
Sure. I may have to take a pause if the baby starts crying, but I will do my best. So for this, if you can scroll up a little. Yeah, so the first thing is what we were thinking about was a 3-part conference, which was going to be 3 days, potentially 8 hours a day. The research that we've done on virtual summits was to make it valuable, it should be 1 day, at least 1 day, and no longer than 5. And so we just settled on 3. It was just kind of a good number. And DAO Day, we wanted to make it 2/22/22. It was kind of funny that one of our community members found Jason's tweet and said, man, we should really connect with these guys. They're planning International DAO Day. Said, okay, the word's officially out. Our member referred us to us, which was wonderful. So we had planned 3 days, NFTs, a day about DAOs and a day about social or security tokens. And so I just want to start breaking this down. Where we're going to be, Jason and I and some members of Retoken, we're all planning to meet up in the Breckenridge after party networking event situation. So we're actually going to be putting this on from Breckenridge, and we're planning on doing a lot of the sessions as pre-recorded. We're able to stream them live, but we will be able to do a significant part of the content as a pre-recording. And then the next thing that we wanted to figure out was the formatting. So Jason, can you scroll down a little bit more? Yeah, this was the part that, Chris, I was really interested in chatting with you about. We wanted to see which platforms were able to use token gating with, or if we're going to have people sign in with an NFT on a website, and then that website will generate a link. That was some of the technical questions that I had for you, and we can either start with that now or we can get to that later on. But we love the whole unlock the whole protocol and what it is creating for a crypto native event. And
well, real quick, why before we get into that, and I can't talk enough about how glad I am that we found Unlock Protocol for Tokentown, Colorado. I mean, it literally felt like the duration over 10 plus working groups that were 2 hours in length, that this was a looming thought because we wanted to do a founding citizen NFT. But before we do that, Mrs. Yonks, if you could do us a favor, we've got 10 people on the Zoom right now. Thank you, everybody, by showing your excitement by participating in a format that would be pretty scary for a lot of people. This live streaming format is something that we have, I think, refined at Retoken, the real estate DAO, which is our home project. But if you could kind of just do maybe allow everybody a 30 seconds, and I don't know, maybe, or do you want to do that, Amy, and then Mrs. Yonks, Tyler, if you could like adhere people to their 30 seconds, kind of do a tag team effort there.
Do I get to be the gong? I feel like Amy always gets to be good cop. I
see Chris has got a mic going off and on. Do you want to kick this conversation off, Chris?
Oh, that was me. That was me doing the Clubhouse artifact of clapping by turning the mute on and off. But no, happy to. Chris Carfey, head of marketing at Unlock, fairly new to the marketing team and Unlock in general. Just started at the first of the year. Before that, number of years / decades doing startups and Silicon Valley stuff, and fairly comfortable talking both tech side or marketing side. And Yonks Clan and Retoken and TokenDAO and everybody else, thanks for the invite to join at the Genesis meeting.
Awesome. Well, super glad you're here. White Hat, special place in our heart. You were actually the first non-US member of Retoken. So you made us global, my friends. We're super excited to have you on the team. Can you give us an intro?
Thank you, Taylor. It's always great to be among friends, and I feel like Retoken DAO is part of it. So thanks for the opportunity as well. A little bit about myself. I've founded a token called GalaxyCoin.finance, and after that, currently working on a DAO with a few other Bankless members. It's called White Hat DAO. So we started at 29th of December, 2021. So we are working on that currently. Basically, we are providing security services, smart contract auditing, safety rating, due diligence. We also provide Web3 platforms creation, website creation, Web3 integration, any apps or DApps architecture or tokenomics analyzation. So to sum it up, we are a Web3 provider. So just putting out there, great to be here, and always great to listen to Youngs. Jason and Taylor is a great people to be. Any project they're part of, I'm always there, hanging around, lurking around. So thanks for inviting me. Thanks, guys. Great to be here.
Awesome. Love it. Taylor. Thank you. Amy, our favorite, give us an intro.
Hold on, I'm trying to find to find the mic off, unmute. Anyway, my name is Amy. Me and Jason first met at Clubhouse in the Opportunity Zone rooms, and did a DM about our projects. And I think I ran into one of his rooms one day, and I'm now a member of Retoken DAO, and mostly working with most of his project. I'm also with White Hat and working on the POAP of his DAO, and also I do the POAP here in Retoken DAO. And I'm really excited about this summit because it would, I guess, I could learn a whole lot from this setup. And I've attended many different summits already, so I could pour in some of the knowledge I have. On my other projects, I am part of a solar developer that's currently doing a project in Ghana and Mississippi. And in fact, we're putting together a business plan for the World Bank. So I'll be busy, but I'm trying to juggle everything. But
and you have 4
I'm
brilliant
here to
kids,
learn.
so like you don't have enough going on. Like,
well, I'm always at the back end. There's always people leading, so I have a lot of time to juggle. But I'm the go-to person. Like, Amy, do this, Amy, do that. So I'm used to that. So
you're amazing.
I'm glad to be here.
So fun. Bruno, welcome to the team. Super glad to have you on board. Give us an intro.
Hey, everybody. Great to finally make it here. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah, you're great.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I'm getting settled into my new Airbnb, as some of you know. Anyway, excited to be here. I'm relatively new to Web3 and all this very exciting development that's going on here. I think there are certain values that really that this team carries forward that I really enjoy about this movement in general. I think there are a lot of different aspects to it. Whether you call it white hat, black hat, or whatever you will. But I'm just, really excited to try to find out how I can contribute more to this very exciting project. We'll leave it at that for now. Thank you.
Awesome. Good to have you on board. Dax, our old friend, been with us, I think, since the very beginning of Retoken. Give us an intro. Are you there, Dax? All right. We will come back to Dax. Julie usually can't talk when she's at work, and so Julie, if you are able to, just type in the comments. We'll come back to you, and then Ryan, one of our original members, too, core team member. Give us an intro.
Yep. I would like to point out Julie did throw a little chat in there. She's at work and doing her thing, loving Retoken since 2021, and excited to be in the room and on the team. I am as well. Bitcoin since 2009 and became a DeFi degen Q4 of 2021. So super new to this. Joined the DAO. Been super excited about real estate tokenization. Been a real estate investor for the past few years. I'm actually a builder, build residential, light commercial. So I'm excited to see what we can bring to the table as far as like real world, real physical, real actual manifestation of these things we talk about when we speak about affordable housing and bringing everybody up and kind of busting up these power structures that have ruled the financial sector for forever.
Awesome. Well, always good to have you here in the room. And last but not least, we have Jay-Z coming in, new member to the team. Come give us an intro.
Hey everyone, I go by JD, so I'm new to the team, I guess. I joined crypto around 2016, and yeah, that's about it. And I work with several DAOs right now, being the several ambassadors, just explore as much as I can. Mainly, I was a content creator. I create articles for websites and also crypto companies. Yep, that's me.
Awesome. If you guys follow JD on Medium, is it Medium or Mirror? I can't remember where I read your article on D-Travel.
I think both. Yes.
Okay. super interesting project that he was writing about on a service that could disrupt Airbnb. So that's actually where we first met him. Also work with him in BitDAO and White Hat DAO. So glad to have you on board. My 30-second intro is I was a private equity broker and living a happily boring life, hoping to marry a dentist boringly ever after. And then here comes Jason, and he says, let's get married and have a big adventure. And I thought that meant that he wanted to go to dental school and live boringly ever after with me. And it turned out he didn't. So here we are. And it's been amazing. We do DAOs full time, and we take a community first approach to everything. And we just want to build all the things. So that's who I am. Oh, and I have an extremely active 7-month-old who occasionally makes guest appearances on our live stream. So you might see or hear her, but we try to keep her a little bit off stage, but she pops up every once in a while. So back to you, Gunks.
Well, and I guess I will do a brief introduction too. So I think that the easiest way, if you really want to like just lift up the skirt, is just go scroll through my Twitter timeline. That's one of the things that I really got exposed to social audio. And one of the things, I haven't created this piece of content, but outside of the live streams, I'm going to get better here in 2022, creating a more rounded content strategy. And one of the books that has been very influential to both Tyler and myself is Content Inc., which was recently refreshed in a second edition in January 2021. Highly recommend you to read that, consume that in whatever format that you prefer to consume audio or read it or video or whatever the case. It's that good. Anyway, I'm probably going over the time budget here, but I did a lot of social audio on crypto and coffee. I really refined my auditory skills there. Still working on that in a live stream manner. And it really allowed me to, like, one of the things, and I don't know how well or how often that I talk about it, but I personally didn't even hold a crypto wallet in March of 2021. And MetaMask was my real first wallet, and I still use MetaMask regularly for a hot wallet for pretty much all the projects. I'm not going to talk about that right now, and it'll be interesting to see how the things on that wallet space change and evolve. But anyway, as a serial entrepreneur, absolutely love DAOs. I will say that I have absolutely no plans of any future business entity to do unless it is involved with a DAO. So all in on DAOs. In 2021, been working, Retoken was the first DAO that we built, and we recorded a lot of pretty much all, even our very three, and I wouldn't recommend anybody to watch those because they're that painful, but we've come a long way in the last 6 months, and I really thank everybody here. And out of the multi-sig signers, there are 4 of the 5 people represented on the call tonight, and I thank you everybody for what we've created. And this is one of the things that is very passionate to me, is really making information more accessible, but also doing it in a sustainable and scalable business model, truly creating a triple win situation. And I think that that's a great segue to provide a little bit of origin story as far as where things will fit in an organizational standpoint. And this is Retoken. This is where we have spent most of our time in the last 6 months, including a good majority of the people on our call. If you collect POAPs, then you can easily see on the POAP collection where the time has been spent. And just for the sake of everybody, and this is largely, thank you, Amy, for making this part of participating in Web3 easier. And see right here, Genesis meeting, December 29th. So thank you, White Hat DAO. Amy was memorialized on a very recent POAP here, January 2nd. Yes, Amy, you have been POAP. So thank you for all that you do. And anyway, that's just a little bit of a backstory from a POAP. We will absolutely have a POAP to signify the Genesis team meeting here. This is an NFT on the XDAI. For those that don't know, POAP is the proof of attendance protocol, and this is something that we will be providing you all proof for participating on the Token Summit Genesis DAO team meeting here. So getting back to the Google Docs, we've got a lot to do in a very, very short period of time. So one of the things that we need to make a quick and early decision on are some tools. And with where that Mrs. Yonks and I are at, one of the tools that we've been using increasingly, and there was already mention of Bankless DAO. So this, I already mentioned content. Token Summit is all about content. And where I'm going with that, Bankless DAO is, I think, probably the best flagship DAO to look at as far as, and I think that most people in this space call it a media DAO. I like calling it a content DAO because of Content Inc. But again, read that book and you can make your own conclusion. So the big opportunity here, and I want to be, we've got Chris Carfi is joining us here, and this is an important decision that we need to come to fairly quickly is, and I don't know if it necessarily needs to be, that's the beautiful thing about doing a, to like go back here and I want to go back real quick because I didn't come full circle on this here to tell the origin story of this, because this has been a long time coming. So I sent this tweet out with this Figma image, and here was the tweet that I sent out on 10/20, or no, this was the one with the diagram on it. Token Summit was actually, the tweet for that was sent out on October 22nd, and this is the tweet sent out on November the 9th with this Figma. And I'm going to make the Figma bigger over here because I think it comes in better on, and this is the Retoken Gitbooks where I've got this embedded on the impact investing. And one of the reasons that want to have this, and I'll actually digress momentarily just for the benefit of this live stream, because this is only going, and I think we're actually live streaming this to Token Summit DAO as well as the DAO hack. And I don't even have the DAO hack represented on here. And this is still an untapped opportunity for us, but to go back to what I was talking about, we're going to look at the tweet on Token Summit DAO. It's only got one tweet. This is going to get a lot more active. And if you want to get more active in the social media game, this is a great opportunity to explore some tweets, because I would really like to elevate and bring more people into the tweet game for Token Summit DAO and creating some best practices surrounding that. And then remember, like I've said this and will continue to say this, and I think that this is something that we should incorporate into our very own here at Token Summit DAO, because I absolutely want to have a Genesis proposal. And this is something that we did quite a while ago. I'm gonna show that here real quick, because this is one that we spent quite a lot. I literally lost a night of sleep, true story. And this is something that procrastinated on, and I'm hoping to have more input from everybody here on the crafting of this very important Genesis proposal that I'm talking about. I'm just gonna do a refresh. For those that don't or aren't familiar, snapshot.org, and Ryan can probably attest, I don't know if he remembers, but when we were going through the process of setting up Retoken, and let me make this bigger here for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and connect my wallet on Gensis.eth, or I won't because I'm not signed in right now. So anyway, where I was going with that was that when we went through this process there was only 1.23K spaces when we set up Retoken, and now it's 3x, and there's over 4.5, whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Hey, I'm sorry to go back. I know Chris only has about 20 more minutes, so just to be respectful of him, can we skip to the part about unlock protocol? That was something we had later on for the agenda when I didn't realize he was going to be part of the meeting.
Yeah. And all that I was talking about here, I was best practices, find, implement, and refine. So, and I like to believe that best practices, and this is one of the reasons where we found Unlock Protocol was I was frustrated with the NFTs that were being created for Token Town, Colorado. And I'm going to bring up that, and I'm going to let Chris provide a little bit more explanation as far as some of the side conversation that we had regarding, and feel free to talk about just to provide some additional back perspective, or kind of how I was talking about slicing and dicing this profit model.
Totally. So just a little quick background on what Unlock is. So Unlock is an open source project. It's a protocol. And what we are building is a way to use NFTs for membership, for access. It's a pure utility NFT. So there's no cartoon monkeys or anything like that. But if there is a project that needs to build in access, membership, we're working on some things on the roadmap for things like recurring subscriptions and such. If you wanted to build anything from access to an event like we're talking about here for Token Summit and the like, up the way, all the way up through a decentralized Patreon or decentralized Substack. Unlock is one of the pieces of the infrastructure that you can use to do that. We're on pretty much every platform that's out there. We're on an increasing number of the different blockchains, everything from Ethereum to Polygon to Binance Smart Chain and XDAI and beyond. We've got things like a WordPress plugin. So what we're really trying to be is that fundamental access layer where either folks who are providing content can get paid, or creators can get paid in other ways, and really provide sort of that missing piece of the internet infrastructure that always kind of should have sort of been there, but never was built.
So thanks for that background, Chris. So for the Token Summit project, if we wanted to, or we do want to use Unlock as our, sorry, my baby's blowing raspberries in the background.
Excellent, excellent. I'm so jealous.
Sorry, I just realized like how awkward that sounded. Demanded an explanation. Anyway, so could you tell us? So do we put Unlock on a website and then people register with their crypto wallets and get an NFT, or are we still able to collect emails and Discord names and other info, or what are some of the functionality? What are some of the knobs we can turn with Unlock?
Yeah, configuration wise, all of those things are available. So you can, on the how do you get paid side, you can use a number of different crypto things. You can use ETH, although the Ethereum network, as we know, gas prices have been, what's the technical term, silly up till now. So we're on Polygon and a bunch of other places, so we can use those types of networks. Can also support, and we do support credit card processing through Stripe. So if somebody wants to sign up and pay for their access for exclusive content or premium content using a credit card, they can do that. What we're doing on the background is actually setting up an Unlock account, which is a crypto wallet that when folks sort of come up the curve and get onto MetaMask or something like that, they can actually eject that NFT out into their own self-custody wallet. So we can do all of those types of things. As far as some of the other questions, we should be able to handle everything that you just mentioned. So I know, Youngs, we talked about, how do we sort of split types of things. We should be able to handle that as well. So everything that you mentioned, we should be able to support with a little bit of configuration.
That's great. And are we able to use Unlock for affiliate marketing, or are we able to track different wallets to different referral links so we can pay people out that way? Is that a functionality?
Absolutely. So, yeah, there were a couple of different bits in there. So one is when actually configuring the lock. So if you think of Unlock as sort of a lock and key pair, or lock and set of keys pair, when that is set up, whenever somebody purchases a key, there's some distribution things in there of there's a particular aspect called the referrer. And so if you set that referrer, you should be able to do affiliate types of things. You'd asked a couple of other things around knowing who the person was. There are some capabilities for setting metadata. So we've done things like when somebody purchases a key, being able to, with their permission, of course, request their email address, so that way you can eject a CSV file so you know who was actually in there and such. So you should be able to do all of those things as well.
Okay, awesome. That's super helpful. What, Yonks or gang, what other questions do we have about the protocol? Those were the big things that I thought it probably could do. I just wanted to get confirmation on that. And then, do you or somebody from your team, would you be interested in either being on a panel or a keynote or something? We would really love to let you present this solution to our audience. We just think it's super important that people understand they have another choice besides every website in the world that wants your email and everything else they want.
Yeah, no, we would absolutely love to do that. So sign us up. We'll figure out the details between now and then. A number of our team will be out for the primary ETH Denver event as well. So I'm going to be out there. Julien, who is our CEO, co-founder, chief architect, and all-around mastermind, is going to be out there. Amber Case, who is one of our advisors, who's been with the Mozilla Foundation, Crystal Street, and a number of other folks are all going to be out as well. So we will be there in person. I don't know if we'll be around or who all will be around through the end, but if we're not there physically, we'll definitely be there digitally to support things on the 22nd.
That's awesome. And one last plug. Ryan had a question. Does Unlock facilitate a marketplace for the NFTs? So
yeah. So
let me answer this one, Chris, because I actually listed one of the founding, and this was my first experience. And this is, again, thank you to Dunks and Poopster, because Poopster actually brought in, and I was hoping that Poopster would be able to be here tonight. And if it was me not properly communicating, apologies, because this is all coming together very soon. But let me actually go to my own NFT. And I'm not necessarily a fan of OpenSea.io, but they are the go-to marketplace. Unequivocally, they have that crown thrown in the market space right now. And I got to throw in my MetaMask real quick here. So let me grab that and put that in here so that I can actually show you, because I actually just listed an Unlock Protocol NFT on OpenSea. So let me get it switched over here, and I will show you my profile. And this is the creator DAO. We were actually just had a little bit of screen sharing on the Retoken live stream. So I'm going to open this in another tab. This is also on, and you can see right here, unlock key. And let me see where it's at. So right here is another unlock key. And I listed this on OpenSea. So this founding 100 NFT is currently for sale on OpenSea. So that's the beautiful thing about Unlock Protocol, is that they use standard metadata. So right here, this is one of the things I love about this formatting, and I tend to go off on some tangents. So I'm gonna go to check my NFT, and I'm going to put in here, this is the smart contract address. Now, one of the opportunities to get, and this, I'm not token 19, and you can see right here, 19, smart contract address. And here's the token ID, check my NFT. So, and asset strength, poor. So one of the things about this is that this asset, like the image itself. Now, remember, this is strictly a governance utility NFT for Token Town. And this is something that we could potentially improve within our process for Token Summit DAO, because Chris made a comment about flying monkeys. And one of the windows that I had over here, Mrs. Yonks and I very recently hosted an AMA where their NFT project was flying monkeys. And true story, not going to talk about that. I wanted to segue, since it very relevant. So the NFT data, and this is one of the things that really Unlock Protocol provides the best opportunity that we found for creators to own their own NFTs. So back to you, Chris. I wanted to provide a personal story anyway, I'm a huge fan of Unlock Protocol.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that stuff. Yeah, I had a similar experience. We were doing a joint effort with the folks over at Mintgate, and we were co-presenting with them at ETH Portland. And as for anybody who attended the particular Twitter space that we did running up to ETH Portland, we airdropped everybody an Unlock key that both functioned sort of as a POAP, but also unlocked all of the presentations and slides and all of those types of content that were coming out of ETH Portland, which was super cool. I got airdropped one of those NFTs, and much to my surprise, when I opened up my OpenSea just personal profile, it showed up in there automatically. I was like, okay, this is sick. It just like automatically works because everything is standards based. And so anything that is generated from Unlock is absolutely transferable and saleable if folks want to do that and the like. So Ryan, to answer your original question, yes, absolutely. That's part of the way things were designed from the get-go.
Yeah, and let me actually show, because sometimes it makes more sense to just navigate like the blockchain explorer. So like over here again, let me actually bring open the Token Town, and this is the smart contract address for our founding. Go ahead, Mrs. Yonks.
Oh, I was gonna say we've only got 10 minutes left. There were some more things I wanted to get to on the agenda. One thing, since I've got both of you here, Chris and White Hat, would love for you guys to connect. White Hat is really brilliant. He's doing some super interesting things in security. He uses Unlock with some of his clients, and I don't know if you guys already know each other, but just to connect offline. You are potentially really good friends or business partners or whatever. But you
Right
guys
on.
definitely know each other. So
Excellent.
that's my
Thank you
little
for that intro. And White Hat, yeah,
Thank you.
definitely looking forward to making trouble with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be really nice to connect, and maybe looking forward to work together. Thank you.
Awesome. So on the tech, so we've got a bunch of decisions we need to make. We need to make them relatively quickly, and this is something that I actually need kind of all heads on deck from a brainstorming standpoint. Really quick, these were so. Jason, can you go down to the speaker section real quick? These were just some people that I thought a little bit higher.
Well,
these are just some people that I. What's that?
I was going to say to keep it even higher level, because I think that that we could potentially have as far as speakers. One of the things that I want to talk about, and this is going back to the organization standpoint, because I'm going to go on the record, and we'll go on the record and off the record as far as any type of issuance of a social token. I will not be involved in any conversations regarding the establishment of liquidity for those. And where I was going with this is the immediate decision that has already been made by me is that Token Summit will be a sub-DAO of Triple Win Foundation. And this is one of the things where wanting to lay some initial legal structure, because I'm wanting on any real estate tokenization deals that I do over here under Retoken to have an impact investing component. And when those conversations come to more fruition there, that will make more sense. But going back to Token Summit, this is where we can start getting really creative with some tokenomics conversations. We're absolutely going to have, and one thing that I think that if we could make a decision tonight is quantity of tokens. Now, I'm not necessarily advocating that we're going to do some mass airdrop for this, not at all. I'm wanting to do a very strategic tokenomics conversation. And then what will happen, I don't know. But one thing that I've thought about, we've got International DAO Day on 2/22/22. So I was actually thinking just do 222 trillion and do deuces out to the end. And I'm going to just stop talking on that note and see what some other thoughts are as far as a quantity. And the idea right now, I stand firmly behind the belief where we're at today that Polygon Matic for social tokens is the most logical sense. But I'm going to stop talking and let some other people chime in, and I'm going to make some notes on this Google Doc about that topic specifically.
So on the trillions and billions, just something that Jason and I have gotten fairly involved in Open DAO, and it's kind of funny. They started off with, I think, 100 trillion tokens. So it's just so funny. I think we got like 7 million tokens, and that was like $80 or something. It's just so funny. These tokens sound like there's, but when they're that many, it's kind of funny. Anyway, who has thoughts about a number? And keep in mind, this is something that, assuming that this event is as successful as we hope that it will be, that we do these on a regular basis, at least once a year, maybe multiple times a year. So that's why we didn't want to start with 1 million tokens or 10 million, a number that we would have if this were a one and done event. So with that, I will open the floor to whoever.
I mean, I'll say whatever. Like, a number is irrelevant at a point because you can burn them if you want. For, you know, if you print too many or print not, you know, I would err on the side of too many, and then you can burn them if you want to.
Yeah, it's great feedback. Who else has ideas?
I have a question. Where are we going to use the tokens for this event? For Token Summit, since we'll have several in the future.
I'm going to actually put that on the shelf. And the reason for that, Amy, is that that's a much more complicated conversation than the quantity. Because the reason that the quantity is important is once we determine the quantity, we can go mint those tokens. And I mean, that's something that I wouldn't have any problem doing right now on the live stream. I think that I need to create a hot wallet. Again, that's something I wouldn't mind doing on the live stream as well. I feel very confident as far as being able to not release the keys. And that's the fabulous thing about doing social tokens, is the ability to create a snapshot. And if something goes sideways, and then, you know, if liquidity happens, then, you know, that's where we can have and implement better practices. But the reason that the number is important is we mint the tokens and then we can spin up the snapshot. I already have the important component of creating the snapshot, which is the .ethereum address. And I'm going to have you do the live sharing, Mrs. Youngs, because my mouse just died because I don't charge it enough.
If I can chime in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I think the tokenomics, we can take this offline. It does need some discussion among us. And then we can make a proper decision in terms of what would be the total amount of token supplies and what would be the total amount of market supply and etc. So I think
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great feedback. I will.
The main thing. The main reason wanting to get a number sooner is that and when I say sooner, like within the next 24 to 48 hours sooner, because I want to get the legal entity in place. And from a legal entity Wyoming DAO LLC standpoint, having the smart contract in place, i.e., however we create the token to represent the number that we come up with, and then just put that on the snapshot, then we will have our DAO governance where we can create our legal entity where we can operate under.
Okay, so how about this? I'll just throw up a sesh poll. I'll just leave it open for 24 hours with a couple options and an option to edit if one of you guys has an idea that I didn't put on there. And then we'll just do that, and then just 24 hours, we'll mint them. Again, these are social tokens only, so they aren't going to have dollar value yet, and they might not ever. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. So next thing on the agenda was, oh, real quick, we are filing this thing as legal entity, like Jason mentioned, and we're going to go ahead and file it as algorithmically managed. We filed Retoken as member managed, and then we became algorithmic later by vote. We're going to start with algorithm, so we don't have to pay the extra $60 to amend it, because we're assuming everybody wants to be governed by governance. So that's, anybody object to that? All right, cool.
Good.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well,
I was going to chime in. So I think it
go
start
ahead.
with NFTs. So it start with NFTs, governance NFTs, where everybody holds that NFTs can vote on the governance agenda. So if we can start with that, later on we can make token minting decision later. Is that sounds good?
Potentially, and let's actually, because this may be a use case now that I'm thinking about it for Unlock Protocol, and I actually have an idea that we should have a side conversation on that NFT. I like where you're going with that, and we're already on the hour here. I think that we've got some good conversations. I don't know if there's anything else necessarily. We've got a lot of work to do, and I don't know right now. I need to find out, because I don't have any representation, if our Discord server, and where we're trying to put a little bit of things in place, and just putting this out here as far as an opportunity to also collaborate, is we are planning on facilitating a workshop through BitDAO, the new A-Embassy channel that I did the live stream with the monumental support of the entire BitDAO A-Embassy team. And we had our special guest on, John Allen, who has now, this was his second proposal, and it will be interesting to see what the timeline is as far as the soft proposal moving through the governance process there at BitDAO. But he also recently had EduDAO, and I don't know how much involvement he had with Game 7, but he writes and pulls together. So I would very much encourage everybody to take a look at that, the ZK DAO proposal, because the opportunity for us to create a proposal for multiple different places. And I don't know, how much, Chris, are you familiar with the grantee or the process there at Unlock Protocol?
Yeah, so the grantee program is, I'm aware of it. I am not part of the grant committee, but I can drop the link in the chat here of where all the details are on that. There are a number of folks who are on that grant committee, but I can give you the link to all of the details on that. There are rolling grants, and basically, if you've got an idea for a concept, put in a proposal, and it will come up for review. And I think it's a rolling once per month set of grants that are given. So I'll drop that link in the chat here for us.
Fabulous. And I think that there's very much of an opportunity to go that route with other situations as well. Like one of which, and this is one thing that brought us where we're at, because we're actually going to be moving this forward through Retoken. And this is where one of the items that we had on this, and I'm scrolling a little bit fast here because we are running out of time, but this was a proposal that we put forward with the Polygon Ecosystem DAO. And where I was going with this is when we updated the milestones in November, I can't remember exactly, when November 24th, 2021. So a little bit ago, but not too long ago, was develop a viral marketing campaign for Virtual Summit, real estate tokenization. Again, this is the one thing that Retoken, the real estate DAO, has on the roadmap for 2022 Q1. And it's looking like, and this is something very loose. This isn't something that we've got set in stone, but was just putting together a little bit of framework for this. And this is, again, based upon the winding down of Ethereum Denver, which will be the 18th and the 20th. And we're wanting to rock out the momentum because we're going to have strong in-person representation, and would absolutely love Chris to facilitate an in-person live stream, Token Summit DAO, Unlock Protocol, get everybody together and have in an IRL event for the metaverse to like really kick off this. I think that that would be an absolutely fun event that I'm sure Amy would love to mint us a POAP for. So I saw Chris hopped off, but he and we've got a little bit of robot Amy, and I see Ryan's got an open mic. You got some thoughts for us here, Ryan? So keeping on the list, I don't know if we necessarily need to get into any more details. We'll kind of like, we're going to be moving really fast on this because we've got deliverables and we're going to be bringing in a lot of people. I think the biggest opportunity right now is to create a proposal, represent our team. I did get off on that sidetrack a little bit. Let me actually go back to that because I'm going to be moving this forward with a proposal at Retoken to allocate half of this for Token Summit DAO, and might even do a similar dynamic. And I'm going to talk to Mrs. Yonks about that, but we might do that with the DAO hack. We also have, but anyway, we'll have more conversations as far as that here in the very near term, because again, this is something that we are anticipating on. Again, just to provide a very high level summary of what we're wanting to create here with Token Town. And I'm going to go to this tweet here is DAO Day 2/22/22. We've got the mission, launch the best 3-day virtual summit surrounding tokens, including social tokens, DAOs, NFTs, real estate, security tokens. We're wanting this to be a free event for those that attend during the live stream. This will be facilitated using live stream technology, and it may be a combination of previously recorded events combined with, and we'll try to make most of it as live as possible, and we'll provide very transparently what that will look like. But the main thing is facilitating it so that people can access all of this information that we're going to be providing for absolutely free. And then the value proposition that Unlock Protocol can bring to the table is the replay of this so that people can consume that content if they weren't able to attend it or whatever the case may be. There's also opportunities for sponsorships, as you can imagine with a type of a conference, because this is basically like a conference with virtual that's facilitated virtually. So looking forward to exploring tools to deliver this. This is something that we've had on our roadmap. We and our own personal roadmap is creating a virtual summit, not even in the crypto space. So this is something that we've wanted to do prior to even going down the crypto, DAO, Web3 rabbit holes. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let everybody else chime in some thoughts as far as what we put forward here, a lot of information, and we'll work on filling in some of the details to figure out the best way to execute this. And I would love some input from everybody else on that note.
I have a suggestion, Jason. I think the very first thing we need to do is put a structure on our event, like day 1, day 2, day 3, and then the topics, and then fill it in with the speakers, as we go along. And then after that, then we could probably go and get those people that we think could join us and then promote it. The most important thing is promoting it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And in the comments and in the Zoom comments, I did post the link to the doc that Jason's typing on right now. So if you guys, this is going to disappear and the Zoom's over. If you guys could all make a point to please grab that link and just start adding your ideas in. Speakers, technology. Amy, I know you had some good ideas about conferences you've been to. All of you guys have interesting crypto speakers of different sorts. So let's just start brainstorming everything on the list. And there's a whole bunch more stuff that we need to add to it. So when I said all brains on deck, I meant it. Like, please grab that link and everybody start pitching in ideas. This is going to be a pretty, like, we're going to be on a marathon. So the ideas of organizing the days are really good, but we need everybody's ideas all together so we know we're not duplicating efforts.
Yeah, and on that note, like the opportunity of figuring out some type of affiliate marketing. Mrs. Yonks and I are huge fans of affiliate marketing. For those people that might not be familiar, well, what does that mean? So like when we're talking about this is mostly going to be a marketing effort, it's going to be, I mean, delivering a solid, like Amy was talking about, creating a framework that we can basically replicate. Because, you know, when you think about like the opportunity here, these categories, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard for us to fill in some details to really make a very dense content calendar for our event. And that's actually one of the things that I'm even going to advocate that we do here. You all have seen how we love using Google Calendar. So the opportunity for us to use Google Calendar and, you know, also just exploring some of the other opportunities, like the Polygon has, or Kickback has their events, as far as potentially registering for these. I think a lot of that will be facilitated via the ticket, the NFT ticket there, and just figuring out some parameters as far as like from the infrastructure side or from the development side, like what we can potentially provide. Because like the opportunity for us to make it easy for other projects, like imagine us where we say, okay, well, here's project or packet A, and it's like, you know, 0.1 Ethereum or 0.1 wrapped Ethereum. And then here's like packet B that's maybe more deluxe, where we implement like a done for you type of project. And then maybe that's like 0.25 Ethereum. And then like maybe the VIP, like, and this is more from the perspective of getting other like NFT projects on, because we're really looking at creating a win situation for TokenSummit DAO, which rolls up to Triple Win Foundation, a win summit or a win for ourselves, as far as like, you know, creating a framework where we can get compensated with what we're building here in this very short period of time. And then also a win for projects that promote us or other DAOs or other NFT collections or whatever the case may be, where they promote this event through their community. Like one opportunity that is a very easy and low-hanging fruit is the opportunity to partner with SOS, the Open DAO, and create using like wrapped SOS on one of these chains that supports like Polygon, for example. I don't know how much wrapped SOS that is already been bridged over to Polygon. And I think that there's an easy bridge that is in place for doing that. So, you know, the opportunity to create where Polygon or the Open DAO can promote this within their community there is a very low-hanging fruit as far as from an execution standpoint. So just trying to put some ideas on how that we can move this forward. I think the biggest opportunity right now is to get a little bit of initial infrastructure in place, which we will do very quickly. The biggest thing that we need to decide on, and we'll take that conversation offline. I've got some ideas on how to execute, and I like what you were talking about there as far as a NFT, and we might even bring that back online if it makes sense, because I think that there's a need for that within this space being the DAO Web3 NFT space, for creating a scalable solution to do that. So I'm going to stop talking. We're already 13 minutes past the hour. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, we're a little over. How about this? If everybody can just grab that DAO, start in whatever, don't get yourself stupid idea or whatever, just anything that you want to do, throw it in there. Let's kind of sort it out. Real quick, I'd like to know how fast can everybody get back together, because we're going to need to get a lot of stuff knocked out and finalized here quick. Tomorrow's pretty chaotic.
Just use the let us meet, because I think that we need to have a second Token Summit DAO meeting where we make some decisions. We come back with what we compile here. Dax has got a question as far as the doc link. Like one of the other things that we're looking and putting in place, and I don't think that I brought this forward adequately previously, was Notion. Notion is a tool that Mrs. Yonks and I are using at the OpenDAO. It's a tool that is being used at BitDAO. It's a tool that is used at Bankless DAO, and it's one that we want to get more personal experience on, and we like what we've seen on that. So the opportunity to learn a new tool here at Token Summit that is used very largely within the ecosystem is what we're putting forward. Also, Airtable is another one that we're looking at putting in place to facilitate more of the database capabilities. So that's one that I'll get some links for. The most important link is the Discord, and that will help to facilitate the communications. And then also we'll probably look at implementing MailChimp. We've been talking about doing that at Retoken. We haven't prioritized that. It needs to be a priority here because we've already communicated. This is a marketing effort largely, and just pulling everything together and then communicating well. And I think the ability for us to elevate what we've already done from a live stream standpoint, bring in some people to increase the level of production that we deliver for this live stream Token Summit virtual event. And I think that everybody here would agree, but we can have that conversation after we deliver a win. But I think the opportunity and the need within the DAO and the Web3 ecosystem is to create a quarterly event. So this is a dynamic. We deliver on this. This could be a huge profit center, not only for ourselves, but also for the entire DAO Web3 ecosystem to deliver a free event, but then provide such a value ladder through creating such amazing content, through the token gating opportunities that will exist inherently within these NFTs. Really excited about that. And then, well, we're just getting started.
Okay, well, let's have everybody, any last comments? And let's go ahead and wrap this up. We tried to end meetings on time. This was a little bit long. So does anybody else have final comments before we close it out?
I think we can post the link on Discord on, the link that you wanted people to fill in.
Yeah.
That would be
Absolutely.
better. And also, like you said, we need to get this decided as soon as possible. If you can do a let us meet between now and Sunday and see whoever is available what time, then we can tackle the topics that we needed to tackle on the first part of this decision making, because we only have a few weeks to get this structured and then marketed. And by the way, in East Denver, the POAP company is doing pops. You can put your company logo on the pops, and I don't know how much they are, and I don't know if they push through with it, because I was in one of the Twitter spaces when they did that announcement. It might be a good idea to do our East Denver pops with them. I don't know how much that would cost, but I can ask them and see if they are pushing through with that, because you will be attracting a lot of people in East Denver if you get those, because that's the in thing right now. So the POAP company is trying to get their POAPs in pops. I don't know if everybody know what a pop is. So a pug, you're right. You're right, Dax. It's a pug. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. So they're trying to do that. So and they're trying to request companies, like for sponsorship, to put their logos on those pugs. So please consider that. I don't know how much, but I can ask them if they are pushing through with it, so we can get a head start on our marketing.
No, I think that's a great idea. I'm making note of that here on the next actions. Can somebody prepare like a like a 2-minute summary on this POG thing that Dax provided the comment and that Amy was talking about, just for our next event. And I'll get the Let Us Meet set up here for that tonight. And I'll find out where we're at with the Discord for Token Summit DAO so that we can all get in the same Discord and facilitate those conversations. And then in the Retoken Discord, we'll have the announcements channel flooding into that, but we have a lot to do, and a lot of these foundational decisions I think that we can execute on very quickly. The biggest thing is the and I'm going to add this as a needed decisions, is the initial governance, DAO governance, and we'll call this we'll call this Token Summit DAO phase 1, because that's the thing, we're not locked into stone here. The opportunity, like what we learn here, we may want to elevate to a different type of a dynamic. So getting that decision made, and that's one of the things that I think that we'll have take that conversation offline. Anything else as far as next actions or needed decisions besides what I've characterized here? The Let Us Meet, the Discord, the POAP, the initial DAO governance, and then just the biggest thing is just to bring some thoughts, and we'll have a very intentional brainstorming session, and this will be probably within the next 24 to 72 hours. It's Wednesday night. It's 8:20 p.m. Mountain Time, 10:20 Eastern. And so anyway, I'm going to stop talking and make sure that we captured our next actions and needed decisions, at least from our Genesis meeting here tonight.
I think we've done really good. Thank you everyone for coming. We appreciate all ideas. Please put them in the documents. Thank you.
Absolutely, and I'll do a lot of this stuff offline, and we'll get the conversation going, because want to provide opportunities for people to participate here. But yes, we biddle, and here the tagline for this one, and let me make this a little bit smaller. We Biddle DAO Day 2022, and I don't know if there's a better tagline for this than that right now. The other one might be 5 twos. Is that what we got? Maybe this one might be even better than, because you know, the possibility of having more DAO days here in 2022, you know, and maybe we have like 5/22/22 for, you know, the next DAO day. Just putting that out there as a thought. But the opportunity to get consistent with some tag usage here. And again, this is a marketing strategy, and the more that we can put out sooner and just get on the same page and get our tweet militia going here for Token Summit DAO, or whatever that we want to call it. I'm going to stop talking.
I think that we should make a grammar joke too. 22/22 TOO, in case you want to do it again. 22/22 get it? I'm funny. I'm not very funny. Okay, I'm done.
Love you, baby.
I crack myself up. I feel like somebody should think I'm funny, and I've decided that person will be me.
Well, Brooke is obviously not laughing.
Brooke just puked on me, so I have that to take care of right now.
See, that is hilarious.
Yeah. I find it less so, but whatevs.
All right. Well, I'm going to do the countdown here, everybody. And if you got some want to chime in, that will be your final opportunity. And I'm going to bring up the what we came in here with tonight. The first tweet, and I will send out a second tweet here, and I'll probably just make this a Twitter thread to really bring this full circle on an epic Twitter thread to bring and to launch Token Summit DAO, a bootstrap DAO that will be, I believe, a very, very fun opportunity, but most importantly, increase the access, increase the collaboration, have more DAO to create triple wins under triple win DAO, because this is going to be a sub DAO of triple win DAO. Just putting that out there for some final thoughts too. I'm going to actually not close on this. I'm going to go back to this Figma and close on this, because the opportunity to also incorporate triple win DAO, and I believe that that's got some very simple, like I think we did 10 million tokens that are sitting entirely in a multi-sig safe. This is something that we've been waiting the right time for. And the other opportunity too, to foster some conversations, not necessarily spend time, because we're going to focus on Token Summit, but plant the seed for our home co-op, which we're wanting that to be a cooperative housing NFT, because that is a global opportunity to make equitable, affordable housing much more accessible for everyone. It's something that brought us all here together. And I'm gonna give people some opportunity to chime in on that, and then close out with this Figma image. Go ahead.
Julie's voting for 3 win DAO, meaning 3 token summits a year. So I'm volunteering you to produce them, Julie. You're on it. You're hired. Do it.
We could. No, that would absolutely make sense. And you know, if you want to put out some numbers and look at the dates, I'm a huge fan of dates. We've got the 22-22 that we can continue to rock out on some strategic months, but I love that idea. And that falls in with the triple win, where we have 3 virtual summit sessions where we have 3 days. So I love it. You're resonating there as far as creating some triple wins here. So anybody else have some more ideas?
Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. We're way over, and thank you guys all so much for showing up late and hanging with us till the end. But we really want to.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, rest of you. Julie, Dux. We got Jungling and Ryan. So thanks all for joining us here, and looking forward to working together on this project. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, thank you, White Hat, for all that you bring. Looking forward to having more conversations to keep people safe at White Hat DAO.
Yes, absolutely. Try my best. Thank you.
Yeah, anybody, here's my plug. Anybody who's not in White Hat DAO, get in White Hat DAO. If you need an invitation, just ping me or ping White Hat, and we'll get you in. But he's doing some really, really cool stuff in security.
And I love Julie's comment there. This makes work fun. Yes, I don't consider hanging out with friends work at all. We're fiddling amazing things here. And I'm going to do my countdown and give everybody one final thought before we call Genesis meeting in the books on the live stream. It's been fun, everybody.